Om Sai Ram, Om Shri Radhakshinamaitai ki Ji. Welcome back to all the viewers, those who are watching our channel. From now, we are going to read Shri Sai Charithra. Today, I am going to read Shri Sai Charithra chapter 1, the story of grinding wheat and its philosophical significance. It was sometime after 1910 that I went one fine morning to Masjid in Shirdi to have darshan of Sai Baba. I was wonderstruck to see the following phenomenon. After washing his mouth and face, Sai Baba began to make preparations for grinding wheat. He spread a sack on the floor and a theron set a hand mill. He took some quantity of wheat in a winnowing fan and then, drawing up the sleeves of his kafni and taking hold on the peg of the hand mill, started grinding the wheat by putting few handfuls of wheat in the upper opening of the mill and rotated it. I thought, what business Baba had with the grinding of wheat, when he possessed nothing and stored nothing, and he lived on alms. Some people who had come there thought likewise, but none had the courage to ask Baba what he was doing. Immediately, this news of Baba grinding wheat spread into the village, and at once men and women ran to Masjid and flocked there to see Baba's act. Four bold women from the crowd forced their way up and, pushing Baba aside forcibly, took the peg of the handle into their hands and, singing Baba's Leelas, started grinding. At first, Baba was enraged, but on seeing the woman's love and devotion, he was much pleased and began to smile. While they were grinding, they began to think that Baba had no house, no property, no children, none to look after him. He lived on alms, and therefore he did not require any wheat flour for making bread or roti. What will he do with this large quantity of flour? Perhaps, as Baba is very kind, he will distribute the flour amongst us. Thinking in this way, and while singing, they finished the grinding, and after putting the hand mill aside, they divided the flour into 4 portions and began to remove them by taking 1 portion per head. Baba, who was calm and quiet up till now, got wild and started abusing them, saying, "Ladies, have you gone mad? Whose father's property are you looting away? Have I borrowed any wheat from you so that you can safely take the flour? Now do this. Take the flour and throw it in the village borders." On hearing this, the women felt abashed and, whispering amongst themselves, went to the outskirts of the village and spread the flour as directed by Baba. I asked Shirdi people what was this that Baba did. They replied that as cholera epidemic was spreading in the village, this was Baba's remedy for the same. It was not wheat that was ground, but cholera itself was ground to pieces and pushed out of the village. From this time onward, the cholera epidemic subsided and the people of the village were very happy. I was much pleased to know about all this, but at the same time my curiosity was also aroused. I began to ask myself, what earthly connection was there between wheat flour and cholera? What was the casual relation between the two, and how this reconciled them? This incident seems to be inexplicable. I should write something on this and sing to my heart's content Baba's sweet Leela. Thinking in this way about this Leela, my heart was filled with joy, and I was thus inspired to write Baba's life, the Sai Charithra. And as we know, with Baba's grace and blessings, this work was successfully accomplished. Philosophical significance of grinding. Apart from the meaning which the people of Shirdi put on this incident of grinding wheat, there is, we think, a philosophical significance too. Baba lived in Shirdi for about 60 years, and during this long period, he did the business of grinding almost every day, not however wheat alone, but the sins, the mental and physical afflictions, and the miseries of his innumerable devotees. The 2 stones of his mill consisted of karma and bhakti, the former being the lower and one the latter, the upper one. The handle with which Baba worked the mill consisted of dhyan. It was a firm conviction of Baba that knowledge or self-realization is not possible unless there is the prior act of grinding of all the impulses, desires, sins, and 3 gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, and the ahankar, which is so subdued and therefore so difficult to get rid of. This reminds us the similar story of Kabir, who, seeing a woman grinding corn, said to his guru, "Nipatya Rajan, I am weeping because I feel an agony of being crushed under this wheel of worldly existence, like the corn in the handmill." Nityaparajan replied, "Do not be afraid. Hold fast to the handle of knowledge of this mill, as I do, and do not wander far away from the same, but turn inward to the center, and you are sure to be saved. Bo to Shri Sai, peace to be all. Om Sai Ram, Om Shri Radhakshna Maitai ki Jai.